Q106.7 weather.
Here's your KQNK forecast. Highs around 67 today, under clear skies, northeasterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies tonight, chance of thunderstorms 44. A blend of clouds and sun tomorrow, chance of thunderstorms, high temperatures reach up to 72. High of 68 Thursday, with a slight chance for showers, 73, lots of sunshine Friday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Currently, it's 38 degrees.
Kansas Information Network News, I'm Jen Austin. Lincoln Elementary in Hayes celebrated 100 years on Saturday before it permanently closes on May 21st.
Generations of students, teachers, and families returned to honor the school's legacy. Retired staff took one final walk through the halls, reflecting on memories and milestones. Principal Carrie Lacey, set to retire this year, called it a family school in the heart of town. The closure follows district-wide renovations and expansions. Memorabilia, photos, and stories filled the gym, marking the end of an era for Hayes' most culturally diverse and community-rooted elementary school. I'm J.P. Bissett.
Airbus will acquire some of Spirit Aerosystems assets. The agreement includes the production of A220 pylons in Wichita and Spirit sites around the globe. The agreement calls for Airbus to take ownership of Spirit Aerosystems assets in North Carolina, France, Morocco, and Ireland. In addition to Wichita, Airbus hopes to close on the deal in the third quarter of 2025. This is Kansas Information Network News.
With today's inflation straining your budget, your Kansas Farm Bureau membership can help keep more money in your pocket. Save up to 75% off preferred home and office products with Office Depot. Special package pricing with Lifeline screenings. Exclusive savings on post-frame buildings with QSI. And join the Kansans who've switched to Kansas Farm Bureau health plans. And enjoy significant savings on nationwide medical health care coverage. Join today. For a full list of benefits, visit kfb.org/benefits.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was going to have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Good morning. I'm Natalie Hadley with your KQNK News. Brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC, serving all of your chemical and fertilizer needs. Governor Kelly has signed a bill aimed at protecting Kansans by combating online sexual crimes and strengthening protections for survivors of sexual assault, among other related public safety issues. Senate Bill 186 criminalizes the possession, creation, and distribution of artificial intelligence, or AI, generated child sexual abuse material, and the bill also requires certain prior convictions to be considered when determining bond for individuals arrested for specific sex offenses. As AI becomes a larger part of Kansans' lives, protections must be put in place to ensure the technology is not used to cause harm. So SB 186 broadens the scope of breach of privacy to encompass the sharing of materials created or altered by AI that portray individuals in a sexual manner without their consent. This part of the law is meant to both protect people and tackle the serious issue of sharing private content without consent. Also under SB 186, if a person is charged with a sexually violent crime like rape or indecent liberties with a child, and that person has a prior conviction for another sexually violent crime, their bond must be set at a minimum of $750,000. If the defendant can post the bond, the minimum conditions for their release will include house arrest and prohibiting contact with victims or witnesses of the alleged crime. Kansas Senator Dinah Sykes stated that too often individuals charged with sexually violent crimes are released on bond despite prior convictions that clearly demonstrate a pattern of predatory behavior. So this part of the bill ensures the safety of victims comes first, and by requiring the consideration of similar prior acts when setting bond, they can alleviate some of the fear for victims. Kansas State University agricultural economist Greg Ebendahl said a year-over-year drop in oil prices is a sign that farmers may get a modest break in the prices they pay for diesel fuel this summer. He said that last year, about this time, oil prices were in the $70 range, but have since declined and are now in the $60 range. And that's a good sign that diesel prices may be more moderate this year compared to last year. Ebendahl notes that diesel is one of a farmer's major expense categories since it fuels tractors and combines and other farm equipment, and farmers often buy diesel fuel annually and store it on farm for use throughout the year, as there are times of the year that you can get a better price than other times, and this summer looks to be one of those times to save money on diesel fuel, indicated by a softening of oil prices. Eibendahl said his summer decline in the cost of diesel is not solely due to a lower price for oil, as refineries can affect the price of diesel based on their emphasis to provide fuel for gas engines versus the demand for diesel engines. Eibendahl said the price premium for gas and diesel can vary widely, sometimes causing diesel prices to rise as much as a full $1 per gallon over gas prices, and other times the price difference is as low as 5 or 10 cents per gallon. For now, he says there's a good chance that farmers will see good opportunity this summer to buy at a more affordable price. He said if you buy diesel for the fall harvest in October when you're using it, you're probably going to pay a little higher price than if you buy it in the summertime. So he thinks storage for diesel fuel pays for a lot of farmers because it does give you better options to buy when prices are lower. Finally, he said he doesn't think farmers are going to pay more for diesel fuel this summer than they did last year, and that's a positive for farmers that will definitely help their net farm income at the end of the year. Eibendahl's full analysis of diesel fuel prices is available online at agmanager.info. Governor Kelly vetoed a bill on Friday that she feared would funnel more public money to private educational institutions. Senate Bill 24 broadened the scope of the Kansas Promise Scholarship, which offers financial aid to Kansans in community college or a technical training program, to include 2 private institutions, Wichita Technical Institute and the Heartland Welding Academy. Typically, the scholarship is reserved for not-for-profit schools, and Governor Kelly said she has serious concerns about the precedent that would be set by providing state funding to for-profit educational institutions that are not accountable to the state or taxpayers. The bill also would have raised the maximum allocation that could be given to institutions across the state from $10 million to $15 million, and the scholarship program covers the cost of tuition, books, fees, and supplies for students and families below a certain income threshold who want to attend community college or technical school. The Senate passed the bill with a unanimous support, and the House passed it 76-48, with 9 Republicans representatives joining Democrats in opposition. James Ginadant, the president of Kansas Technical Colleges, opposed the bill, arguing it would hinder the success of existing programs, as last year scholarship applications were paused months before the original deadline because of dwindling funds. And he said more institutions in the mix will only accelerate the problem. House Speaker Dan Hawkins said he was disappointed in the governor's veto, describing the scholarship program as a successful tool for job development and talent retention. He said whether the student attends a public or private school is irrelevant, especially as we face workforce shortages across many industries. The legislature concluded its veto session April 11th, leaving no opportunity for Republicans to attempt to override the veto. In Nebraska news, a former North Platte nurse faces federal charges after allegedly stealing drugs from a surgical center. 41-year-old Patrick Campbell has been charged in U.S. District Court with acquiring a controlled substance by fraud. According to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, or DHHS, records detailing his license suspension, Campbell was previously employed as an advanced practice registered nurse at the North Platte Surgery Center. DHHS reported that in April 2023, Campbell admitted to Surgery Center leadership that he had been taking propofol and fentanyl for his personal use, and the center said an internal investigation determined numerous vials of those drugs were missing from its stock. DHHS said Campbell was later terminated by the Surgery Center for theft of unauthorized drugs. Campbell is set to appear in U.S. District Court at 1:30 p.m. on May 20th, and if convicted, he faces up to 4 years of imprisonment, a $250,000 fine, a 1-year term of supervised release, and a $100 special assessment. A man was arrested in York over the weekend on drug and weapons charges. The York County Sheriff's Office reported on Monday that a deputy pulled over a vehicle on South Lincoln Avenue for a traffic violation over the weekend, and the deputy saw multiple deadly weapons in plain view. The passenger, James Rystrom, was a convicted felon and was banned from possessing deadly weapons. Deputies searched him and found a methamphetamine pipe and a small bag of methamphetamine. He was arrested on suspicion of possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of a deadly weapon during the commission of a felony. I'll be back with more in just a moment.
Firebolt Ag is a full-service fertilizer and chemical retailer. They customize products for individual farmers' needs, with the primary focus being customer profitability. Let Josh and Jack help you get the most out of your farm ground. They also provide in-house marketing with Ron Wall of Flatwater Solutions. Visit Ron in Phillipsburg or call Josh at 785-854-8484 or Jack at 308-840-2819. Firebolt Ag, your leader in agriculture.
Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks Secretary Christopher Kennedy has issued orders designating several free fishing and free state park entrance days, and the announcement was made at the April 24, 2025 Kansas Wildlife and Parks Commission meeting. The free fishing days are June 7th and 8th, and on those days, anyone can fish by legal means without a Kansas fishing license. However, all length and creel limits will still apply. All Kansas state parks will also offer free entrance on Saturday, May 3rd, though camping fees will still apply. Kennedy said he encourages everyone to take advantage of these opportunities to enjoy Kansas's incredible natural resources. Whether you're casting a line, hiking a trail, picnicking on a beach, or simply taking in the beauty of nature, these days are meant to inspire connection with your family, friends, and the great outdoors. Along with these statewide events, Secretary Kennedy has also designated several park-specific free entrance days that align with local events and programs, and they're designed to engage families, outdoor enthusiasts, and newcomers to Kansas state parks. Locally, this includes on June 7th at Prairie Dog State Park. For more information about Kansas state parks, fishing opportunities, and upcoming events, you can visit ksoutdoors.com. In honor of National Police Week and National Peace Officers Memorial Day, the state of Kansas will be holding a candlelight vigil in Topeka on Thursday, May 1st, and its annual Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony on Friday, May 2nd, and the public is encouraged to attend the memorial events. At the annual Kansas Law Enforcement Memorial Candlelight Vigil, sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 3 Topeka chapter, the Ride for the Fallen will arrive at 7 p.m. outside of the Kansas State House, and the candlelight vigil will begin at 8 p.m. in the first floor rotunda of the State House. A candle lighting ceremony will follow at the Kansas Law Enforcement Monument, which is located on the northeast quadrant of the State House grounds. The annual Kansas Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony will be held on Friday, May 2nd at the State House, second floor rotunda at 12 p.m., with a wreath-laying ceremony to follow at the Kansas Law Enforcement Monument. 2 names have been added to the Kansas Law Enforcement Monument this year, and they are 34-year-old Detective Charles Delbert Meeks with the Derby Police Department, whose end of watch was May 9, 1976, and 26-year-old Deputy Glenn H. Curtis with the Leavenworth County Sheriff's Office, whose end of watch was October 29, 1924. In honor of National Police Week and National Peace Officers Memorial Day, the Kansas Highway Patrol will join concerns of police survivors, or COPS, to encourage participation in Project Blue Light. COPS is a national nonprofit organization for the families of officers lost in the line of duty, and as part of Project Blue Light, the patrol is encouraging the public to place a single blue light in a window of their home or change the porch lights to blue as a reminder of the many officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice. This also honors those officers who are working every day, putting their lives on the line to protect Kansans. According to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, in 2024, 147 officers died in the line of duty in the United States, and so far in 2025, as of April 21st, 24 officers have died in the line of duty. April has been Distracted Driving Awareness Month, when the Kansas Department of Transportation wants to remind drivers to stay focused, ditch the distractions, and just drive. Distractions come in many forms. Visual distractions take the driver's eyes off of the road. Cognitive distractions take the driver's mind off of driving, and manual distractions takes the driver's hands off of the wheel. And distracted driving can be dangerous, as preliminary 2024 Kansas data shows that 70 people were killed and more than 350 people were injured in crashes involving distracted driving. Kansas Department of Transportation Behavioral Safety Manager Gary Herman said distractions such as eating, applying makeup, reaching for objects, looking at scenery, daydreaming, and quite often texting take your attention off of the road and put the lives of other motorists, your passengers, and you at risk for injury or death. Drivers are encouraged to develop safe driving habits by putting the phone away and out of reach, activate the phone's Do Not Disturb feature, have passengers handle navigation, texting, or phone calls, pull over to a safe location off of the roadway to make a call, text, adjust the radio, or do other things that take your hands off of the wheel and your eyes off of the road, and don't text or call someone you know is driving. It can wait. Passengers are also encouraged to do their part and speak up if the driver is not paying attention, and avoid riding with that driver in the future, because it's important that everyone takes charge of their safety whenever possible. For more information on distracted driving, you can visit nhtsa.gov/risky-driving. Your menu today for Eisenhower Elementary School: for lunch, you'll be having ham and cheese, homemade bun, creamy coleslaw, pork and beans, pears, and milk. For Norton Community High School and Junior High, your lunch today will be chicken leg or chef's salad with whipped potatoes, country gravy, fruit, and milk. And for Northern Valley Schools, your lunch today will be meatloaf, roll, potatoes, vegetable, and fruit. I'm Natalie Hadley. Your KQNK News was brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC. Farmers helping farmers to succeed. You can contact Firebolt Ag today to get the most out of your farmland. Your KQNK weather forecast is being brought to you by Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, your Norton experts for all of your pest control needs. Your forecast for today, it should be sunny with a high near 68, with a light and variable wind that should become east 5 to 10 miles per hour in the afternoon. For tonight, there's a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m. with increasing clouds and a low around 44 and a southeast wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Wednesday, there's a chance of showers and thunderstorms before 7 a.m. and then a chance of showers between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. and then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 4 p.m. On Wednesday, it should be partly sunny with a high near 72 and the chance of precipitation is 40%. And on Wednesday night, there's a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, it'll be mostly cloudy with a low around 46 and the chance of precipitation is 50%. I'll be back with the rest of your forecast in just a moment.
When you've got bugs, we know what a nuisance that can be.
Lock 'em out. From Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, Lock 'em Out is our very effective residential insect prevention program. We'll come to your place and treat your foundation plus all insect entryways. And while we're there, receive a free termite inspection. Call Mr. Rich Wenzel, our certified technician in Norton, at 785-202-0167. That's 202-0167.
Continuing with your weather forecast, on Thursday, there's a 20% chance of showers before 1 p.m. Otherwise, it's going to be partly sunny with a high near 68. On Friday, sunny with a high near 72. On Saturday, sunny with a high near 78. On Sunday, there's a 20% chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high near 77 and breezy. And on Monday, there's a 50% chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a high near 76 and breezy. Currently, with fair skies, it is 41 degrees. The humidity is 86%. The wind speed is north at 10 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 30.18. The dew point is 37 degrees. And the current wind chill is 35 degrees. Your weather was brought to you by Hinkle Termite and Pest Control right here in Norton. You can call Hinkle Termite and Pest Control at 785-202-0167 for all of your pest control needs. It is 8:21. It's time for Kansas Sports. That's being brought to you by United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything they do for you.
Save more, earn more with the Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union. Enrollment in this program automatically rounds up the amount of all debit card and share draft purchases made from your checking account to the next whole dollar and deposits into the Easy Saver savings account. Not only will this account help you save, but it also earns 2.01% APY monthly. Special terms and conditions apply. Come in today and open your Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything we do for you. NCUA insured.
KIN Sports. I'm Spencer Dupuis. The Chiefs drafted cornerback Noel Williams with pick number 85 overall in the third round in the 2025 NFL Draft. The corner out of Cal has great instincts on where the ball would be, as he had 12 career interceptions during his college career. He's excited to get to Kansas City and learn a lot from the cornerback room, including starting corner Trent McDuffie.
It just comes from being consistent on the jugs and just keep on, practicing my ball skills in practice and just trying to translate it on the field, just make sure, my eyes are in the right spots. My feet are, nice and clean and tight. And how I'm going to translate to the pros, I feel like just got to, learn from guys like Trent McDuffie, other guys in the room for sure. And just come to work every day and just keep honing my craft, keep perfecting my craft.
Kansas Information Network Sports, I'm Spencer Dupuis.
It's true, many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree, and I'd like to help. I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Philip Eisenhagen. Together we can give your long-term retirement strategy the attention it deserves. Stop by our office at 418 East Holm here in Norton or call 877-3373. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.